So, good evening and welcome everyone to our adventures here in Ilhern. After some mild life delays, as is always the case. You know what? Now I realize probably maps to rock with you. Nope, not you. Next. Yes. So, we'll go with a quick roll call. Unfortunately, Joe is taking his rest this evening, so he is currently strawmanned. So we begin with Kotark.
I'm not sure how inducive that is to lake maneuvers.
He will be fine. A soggy straw man is still a straw man. Sarah.
Hello.
Union.
I'm Union.
And Arson.
Hello. And are you Union? Are you sure?
Decidedly.
I mean, you've died multiple times. Are you sure that's a soul inhabiting that body?
I plead
Are you sure
the
there is a
fifth.
soul?
I'm just saying, maybe right now, while you're underwater wearing heavy armor and burning through the time, arguably long duration of a spell, burning through a water breathing spell, now's the time to have an existential crisis. Just saying.
Yep.
Like an elevator ride down.
But, so where we left off here on our grand adventures, I vaguely remember something of the fallen. No. Frame?
Revenge of the
Rep.
Vanquished.
Rebels of the Vanquished, I
Rebels.
believe.
Rebels of the
Yes.
Vanquished.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Could be Rebels
Yeah.
of the Fallen. I wrote it down like forever
No,
ago.
it was totally
It was
Vanquished.
Vanquished? I'm pretty sure it was Vanquished.
Yeah. I'm
Anyhow,
pretty sure if you have it on another map, but
I'm not having it over there. Anyhow, so where your party last left off, you have officially left the city of Innsland, hopefully not for the last time during your mortal stay here upon the material plane, with the intent and determination to finally deal with the last remaining font empowering the entity to you known as the Devourer Between the Stars. A cosmic horror that every time Sarah closes her eyes, is just sitting there staring at her. Maybe trying to order a pizza. You don't know. Don't speak space alien. That would suck. That his entire evil plan was, look, I just really wanted a pizza. But venturing forth, the party approached the banks here by the Innsland Lake, was accosted after a, we'll say, less than successful stealth attempt by the heavy clad Union, alerted a group of Sahagin to your presence. Combat ensued, where the front line managed to lessen the overall damage that could have prevailed the party, who, following, has begun your descent within to the lake. It is my understanding everyone has dark vision now. Was it?
I
I
so.
keep getting confused with like parties, like because we have so many different parties in my head. Like, there's always like that one person who does dark vision, but I think this is the
He was
one
Tempest.
party. Okay.
Tempest.
So
Yeah.
the murder was strategic to avoid dark vision issues. Totally.
yeah, that was it.
Yep.
Totally. Had nothing to do with her just getting the shit stabbed out of her.
Man, if only her boyfriend had prepared dark vision for her.
Oof.
Oof.
Or just make light.
Or, succeeded in
Or
a
just-
huge killing. We
If I
could beat this horse all day.
yeah, there was Several.
But anyhow, you currently are descending towards the underwater temple. One that vague recollection reminds that there was a quest from the previous standing Adventurers Guild to deal with strange happenings here beneath the tides. Can we confirm who our vanguard is?
I could go ahead.
Who? Godard going ahead?
Kotak's up front?
Kotark's up front?
I can
Sounds like
swim
it.
fast.
What was that?
I can maneuver the best, but I don't know.
I mean, kind of the water genasi, water slash ice genasi's sort of natural habitat. Um,
Kotark's also very squishy.
I feel
Yeah,
like I
but
was
we're
more tall as
slow.
you.
That's true.
I mean, if you just stop resisting the water, I feel like you're going to go down whether you want to or not.
Yeah, and we do want to go down.
It's like having ankle weights. You're well suited for descent.
Got those iron boots on.
Anyhow, so Kotark, if you'd be so kind, having volunteered yourself as the van, as you approach the structure, the lot of you see it is near monolithic. Had it been placed within the city, it would have taken up about 2 blocks worth of space. There are no immediate signs of entry as your vision comes into range, which I believe for you is 60.
For me, it's 120.
Okay, wonderful, even better. So, as you sort of break through that veil of gray, whatever artwork and carvings had been laid upon the temple eons ago at its founding has been washed away by the constant movement of the undercurrents. Down beneath, you can see a handful of Swahagan patrols working its way around the exterior. There are no obvious portals of entry that jump out at you, though.
I'll let them know this. I don't think we want to fight all those patrols.
No.
For the record, this until y'all are within the rest of you, I'm fairly confident is 60. You have no idea what patrols Kodark's talking about. And
But
water
still, we
breathing
don't
does
wanna-
not mean the ability to communicate verbally underwater.
Okay, within 30 feet I can. Non-verbally.
So you just poke into their minds.
Except Union. I'm pretty sure he's blocked off. And
He
Joe.
is. And as is Joe, because of the ring. The Ridger ring. So Sarah and Arson get the message. Exactly what do you say to them?
That there's multiple Sahagin patrols around the monolith. And no obvious entry.
Sarah, Arson?
Well, we want to avoid the patrols.
I pulled out my sword.
Unless that sword somehow helps you not be spotted, I'm not sure how much it helps here.
It's a just in case because I feel like someone's gonna attract them. Again.
Skeleton Joe's not sure why, but he feels insulted.
Oh, I was talking about Union.
Is Joe still glowing? No, wait. He's had like one night since the nightmare place, huh?
He is glowing. He's not nearly the vibrant beacon as he had been at throughout times. But I remind you, you are all glowing to some degree. For the record, Union, did you stop?
No.
Okay. So while y'all are having this conversation, Union is still slowly swimming downward.
Is it like straight down or like down towards the monolith?
The temple.
Yep.
From your overall vision, I would assume that you guys are not sitting in sort of the whirlpool of souls, so we'll be coming at the temple from an angle. If you want to swim through the whirlpool of souls, you just let me know.
No.
I think Union can take it.
Are we sure about that?
Yes.
I mean, it seems like an option. Maybe we can get Ideal Soul back that way.
His soul isn't part of this.
Yeah, it's somewhere else.
Maybe
It's
they'll
been
have
checked
seen
in.
Ideal. Like, hey, what's up, Sully? You seen Keepling? That ahead?
By all means, then swim towards it.
I remind you, unable to speak verbally. But your perception is high enough, Union, that you would notice your party's like kind of slowed down behind you.
Union would sort of turn and tread as best he can in the armor and watch the party, looking for any sign of direction of what the plan is.
Just picture this whole time Ridger just constantly in his ear.
Asking
I
the
will-
most annoying questions.
I will try to send a message to Union using the message spell.
What school is the message spell?
Transmutation, apparently.
It requires you to still verbally whisper.
I can try to whisper.
You can.
What would you like?
We'll do just your spell mod check.
Okay, spell attack or just mod?
Just a mod. Alright. You manage to fill your lungs as heavily as possible as you begin to focus your intent of the spell and get your very brief message across. Which is...
There are patrols. And no known entry point. Come back.
Union will grumble because it's easier to go down than it is to go up in the armor.
like, just
But
power stroking to try and get back up.
I mean, if we can find like a protrusion at the bottom, we could stay there instead of trying to stay afloat in the middle of the water. Is there?
How far from the
You-
bottom are we?
Have not investigated the location to find such thing.
Okay, I'll
That
check.
you have not perceived such a thing.
It's a flat lake bottom?
It is not by no means flat.
But nothing big or deep enough to hide.
Perception check.
Okay, sorry.
So, at a glance, in the immediacy, there is nowhere that you feel confident would be a safe refuge to sort of stow away. But I will also give you this little tidbit.
Okay, so we don't necessarily have any place to hide. We also don't want to fight the patrols. And there's strangely a lack of not Sahagins.
What do you mean, not Sahagin? Oh, just it's only Sahagin guarding the temple?
Wildlife.
Ah,
Yeah, you haven't seen a single fish since y'all swam down.
That's pretty disconcerting.
yeah.
Weren't we sent here once to count the fish?
That was a quest Vigil wanted to take.
Huh.
So, currently afloat just above what Kodak you'd know is above one of the undercurrents. To the point that once you go any lower, you will physically be fighting against the underflow of the lake.
So we're still above the point where most of
Correct.
us can't see the
Um,
floor or
most of
or
your
whatever, right?
vision for like having any sense of direction here in what is effectively utter darkness is the whirlpool of souls down into the temple, sort of giving you some degree of directional uh, awareness.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to see like if I rolled a perception, if I would find anything. Know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't want to.
Yeah, I get it. Mine wasn't good enough.
Now, if you'll get closer to the surface, one might try a survival check to find something within the terrain.
We're in too deep.
Well,
It's impossible.
not the surface of the water, the floor.
The ground.
Yeah,
Going
Oh.
down.
yeah, the other way
Okay.
around. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we may just want to go down. We're not getting anything done by just standing here.
I think you'd be doing more if you were
Getting
standing.
Plenty of cardio.
Bloop, 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 bloop. I love underwater adventures.
So, go towards the bottom, but we'll have to fight a current then?
Yes.
Probably our best bet.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Skelly Joe just sort of trying to swim. Bones don't really catch water very well.
But his clothes is.
Guy like weighs nothing. Not even skin and bones, just bones. So, you begin your descent. With Kotark there in the lead. It is a sort of natural flow for you. It's been quite some time since you've had the joy, so to speak, that familiarity of uh, letting a current take you, even for just the briefest of moments, and sort of eases some of your momentum. You are able to immediately note that it is unfortunately pushing you away from the temple as it is flowing out towards the ocean. Your party following soon after. Can I get athletics checks from the lot of you, and someone to kindly roll a raw d20 for Skelly Joe. Arson, you are tip over tip, spinning about.
Look at Joe go.
Wow, Joe is
Oh.
apparently so hydrodynamic that he's fine. But,
He was able to get into the perfect shape.
right? Like slid part of his robe so that the water caught just right to push him the right way. Sarah, you're not doing too much better than Arson, as he is physically being tossed about in the current. You are flipped over one or two times before able to sort of catch yourself in this little sideward stroke, forcing your way down. As the four of you watch Arson being driven away from the party as a whole. A very fast 15 feet.
Makes sense for the fire boy to be like, water.
Yeah.
I would say, don't you miss your girlfriend now, but, I'll go get him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. It is an otherwise significant effort for a lot of you, fighting against the just nature itself before boots at last touch the silted floor of the lake, kicking up a small cloud about you as you settle down and, for the most part, regain some degree of physical control without too much exertion. I do need a con save from Mr. Arson, as it was far more exerting upon him. Just by a sliver, make it through. There's a fire in your lungs that the water breathing spell fortunately helps quell, as the five of you are now situated there on the lake bottom, just currently at the range of Kotark's vision. From this vantage point, Kotark, you can see, similar in design to other locales, underwater habitats that you've visited in your early years. That sort of built-in airlock under and up sort of entryway that was not visible from above. It is currently being guarded by 4 rather well-armed Sahagin, as best you can tell. The last patrol passed about 5 minutes prior.
Okay, so I'm just curious if I could potentially make a air bubble so people could speak in using what is it? Shape water?
Shape water. It would effectively be similar to the breadth, duration of message. Very short clips, as they only have so much air within the bubble per casting. So effectively, short, sweet sentences for the duration of the conversation. As it is a cantrip, you can keep casting it every couple of seconds. But it's this
Yeah.
air pocket's gone, air pocket's gone.
Well, it's better than them doing bubble speech.
I disagree. Union charades, you're missing out. I'm just saying.
No, I would definitely enjoy it in a less pressing situation.
Though it does require that you all huddle fairly close to each other as Kodark pours his own elemental essence in the waters around you. It is a shocking chill as the just head height but party width snap of air briefly presents itself. Quickly emptying your magically formed gills of water. You all have a brief moment to chat.
I'm never going in water again. It was horrible.
I shall never bathe again for the rest of my life.
In that
Just-
case,
I clap
you're
the
kicked
bubble.
out.
And
Just
bubble.
what I
I don't need this smack talk.
So the bubble once again collapses about your heads, and you're submerged once more.
I just stare at Union.
Union gives a what kind of motion with his arms?
Do you provide them with a air bubble again, Kotark?
Yes.
We don't badmouth water.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Well, there are 4 of them.
That hasn't been revealed yet.
Yeah, I was about to. Like, I was considering whether I wanted to use the air bubble or just telepathically tell Sarah so she could use the air bubble. No. Alright. I think I saw a way in. If so, it's guarded by 4. Looked to be kind of heavy duty. And there is a patrol that comes by. I don't know the frequency.
I'm confident we could take him out, but it'd be harder with reinforcements.
Then we should move quickly and strike before the patrol can come.
I will remind you, they are in their element here. And as you were so keen to say, you are not.
Then what do you suggest, Kotark?
I have a means that we might be able to sneak by, but it would have to be 2 at a time. And there is 4 of them, so if someone sneaking by gets caught, they'll be, well, caught out while the others are not near.
Well, as you say, that might be better than trying to fight them in their element. How do you propose it?
With a bit of invisibility.
And you can only get 2 of us at once.
At once, yes.
Who'd be the best options then?
Well, it's safe to presume we don't want the heaviest in armor to go at the same time.
I think we should think about whoever might have the greatest chance of shutting down the front. If they're inside, get those in
I think
first.
perhaps myself and Sarah first.
I
Union.
How do you plan to get the second grouping in?
Basically, I'd have to go last.
How do we know when the other group is in?
I could send a message.
that would work.
Just making sure we think these things through.
Yeah.
I know my Joe is horrible. I know.
But yeah, I think perhaps myself and Sarah first. Union and Joe second. And then, as you said, Kotark, you last.
I do not disagree with that, Arson. I do worry of trying to get the people in heavy armor first. Feels like if there's a danger of being discovered, it would be most with those of us in heavy armor.
That's why there's only one person in heavy armor each.
Well, for what it's worth, mine doesn't make me louder.
Same.
It's literally just you, Union.
Well,
And besides Sarah and Arson, if they were to be discovered, well, they could probably hold off long enough for the rest to show up.
very well. That is all sensible.
Make it sound like you don't want to swim with me, Union.
No, yes, of course not. I had to remember who was talking. I simply
Sorry, I didn't
know
drink enough
how,
coffee to be Joe tonight.
I simply know how we tend to go with stealth.
You know,
Well,
for
normally
for
we're-
a paladin, you seem to lack a lot of faith.
Also, normally we're not
That is
invisible.
very hurtful, Joseph. Very hurtful indeed.
Oh, on you then, Kotark.
I just need to review the things I've never. No, okay. So that. And it's touch. Should be able to twin cast that. Which costs 2.
Yes.
Okay.
I think.
I believe it's level.
Uh,
Yeah.
Target a second creature within range with the same spell as long as the spell is at the level it's being cast. Okay. Yeah. So 2 for second level.
Okay. So Arson and Sarah, you watch as your forms fade away. Just about the time that, once again, the air bubble snaps and collapses on itself.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you can see their footsteps trotting away in the silt. So, how physically do you two intend to make your approach?
Good question.
Probably carefully and as stealthily as we can.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend minimum water currents, so avoid flailing if possible.
Yes.
Moving as little as possible.
Alright, so what I'm hearing is stealth.
Yeah, checks out.
But we're invisible, so that helps.
Yeah, it's advantage, I believe.
It just
I
gives
don't
them
actually know.
invisibility, which means they have advantage against things requiring um,
Sight.
sight.
Yeah.
So Sarah, you watch as Arson is sort of making a point to sort of leapfrog, making a few dips and bumps on the lake bottom. And it seems like a really good idea until you try and trip on a piece of kelp. It's always kelp. Fortunately, sound doesn't travel all that well. But as you roll ever so carefully onto your back to begin getting up, you can see just above you the 4 guards now on very high alert.
Well,
With your vision, you are capable of seeing the sort of under little slip in way, not too dissimilar from the way you entered via the Plane of Nightmares. Will require one more stealth check from the two of you.
yeah, checks out.
It's better.
So, Arson, as you feel your fingers wrap on a stone floor and breach into a an air pocket, beginning to pull yourself up, there is a sudden grip at the base of your foot as um, Sarah, in the midst of looking over your shoulder, you reach to likewise grab the wall that doing that mental math. It's like, all right, I should be reaching the wall right about now. Trying to keep your eyes on the guard, making sure they don't have eyes on you, and you yank on Arson, sending a sudden surge of movement. One of the guards whips around and is scanning with what looks to be a palm-sized gemstone, casting a ruby light. I need a dexterity save from both of you. Arson, yours is currently at disadvantage. Sarah. Sarah. Darling. Why? Alright, Sarah. You will get the first success, but, or failure. Which do you want?
Yeah, I always gotta go with the success, but
Success, but. 2 T's or 1 T?
yeah.
Okay. Arson, you sort of sensing this moment of urgency, wrangle your foot free, not actually realizing that it was Sarah pulling you down.
But more like, oh crap!
Yeah, like someone's got me. Rip yourself out onto the surface and into a quick roll against a distant wall. You can hear a churning of the waters behind you as Sarah, you likewise manage sort of right on the sort of his tailcoat, hook that ledge under your elbow, but you can feel a soft tear in the connecting tissue there by your shoulder. For the next hour, you have a -1 to attack. As you
Okay.
physically rip the full weight of yourself, your armor, your gear out of the water with a huge burst of haste.
Ow.
But with the willpower that you don't shout in sudden panic.
Has
The chamber that you arrive in is ornately decorated in contrast to the weathered temple exterior. Here you see beautiful scenery of a underwater civilization thriving, a multitude of similar physical buildings in structure to what you've witnessed on your way in, but a full-fledged city. The top of which of this imagery, almost right, sort of domed over where you pull yourself in to make land, what looks to be a reversed star, as the exterior is hollowed out, whereas the interior is lowered down and sort of level with the rest of the carving to sort of emphasize the shadows of the carving itself. At the moment, you hear no movement aside from your own self-adjustments.
Do a quick look around just to make double sure.
Okay.
Well, there it comes.
You still feel confident, just your sort of that tingle on the back of your neck sensation isn't there.
Yeah.
Though every now and then you do see that cast of red light in the water.
Do I have an estimate as to like how far we swam?
About 100 feet from your party.
Okay, I will point in that general direction and send a message to Kotar saying, "We made it. They are on alert, and they have a red glowing gem that does something." Be careful.
Pretty sure from 100 feet I could see that red light.
You catch
I am being sure.
it's rather dim, but you do catch a change in that location. I'm not mistaken, you don't have said ring, right? That's right. I'm at transmutation. You're fine. So you do get his message.
We literally went over this earlier
Yeah,
tonight.
like brain is still fried. It's been a
Yeah.
long year.
Fair.
So Scully, Joe, and Union are just kind of chilling there.
Okay, I wish you the best. They didn't exactly get through smooth.
How are you trying to communicate this?
Right? They have rings.
You just look at them, and there's just dead air on both of them. Just static. Every now and then, the soft sound of a kobold.
It's always been there. It's really weird. Is there a koboldism condition?
Why are we in the water? This sucks.
I was literally typing as you said it.
Okay, well. Unless they got any. Nope. Yeah, unless they got any new plans, just. Here we go, same versus first.
Alright, just confirming, you actually don't tell them anything. Shape water, it does not have concentration, just saying.
Okay. Cause a sudden rush of water around their heads as I inform them, okay, they kind of alerted them. But I didn't hear anything about them being caught. Or a fight.
When you say kind of alerted them,
I must say, Kotak, I do not like the sound of that.
Oh, and there was something about a red light. I assume not arson light.
does he do red light? I don't think I've ever seen him do red light.
Warm colors.
Alright, Union, it's time to show a little faith.
You're not the one in heavy plate armor, Joseph.
Not wearing any armor?
You don't have any skin or flesh.
Actually, I double checked. He is wearing armor. He's wearing leather.
No one said you have to wear that armor.
It takes 10 minutes to get off.
Sounds like you're doing it inefficiently.
No, it takes 10 minutes to get off without help.
It actually does? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was 5 or something.
That's with help.
Oh. Alright, well, good luck, buddy.
Alrighty.
Kotak?
Let me double check here. Joe is going to put his hand on your shoulder. Union, just as like the bubble is beginning to collapse, whilst Kodak is more focused on getting the next invisibility out rather than constantly generating shaping water. And we'll cast a guidance upon you. Not for any particular reason.
Okay, good.
So it's time for y'all's stealth checks as Joe swims towards the entrance.
I assume mine's at disadvantage.
It is at disadvantage because of your armor, yes.
Okay. Oh,
And if you are not confident with that 16, you have a D4.
yeah.
I will say, wow, that was aggressive types. Roll 1d4! Roll 1d4! 19's all around.
Oh, damn it. I dropped something off my desk.
I'd say that's well, that would have been appropriate for a stealth roll, but
So, Arson and Sarah, it comes as a shock to the both of you that there's a sudden breach in the water. With nothing to be seen. As Joe and Union have officially arrived.
Oh, that was much smoother.
It took a decent amount of time. It was very slow going.
Well, it was more quiet at least.
I assume I see Sarah's shoulder kind of busted up now, right?
It's in her armor, so probably not.
Oh, yeah.
Probably see her wincing every now and then, kind of doing that little shoulder roll to try and get used to it. But,
You okay there, Sarah?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I just pulled a muscle.
Ah, okay. Not much I can do with that. For that.
are we safe to talk loudly here?
My voice was lowered, but not for the mic, because I want it to be picked up.
That was in character?
Yeah.
Are we good?
Well, probably low voice. Probably good idea.
I was think Union was here somewhere. Buddy?
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, so just waiting on Kotek.
And I will send a message to Kotok. They're here. They're good.
okay. Man, I'm not gonna say I'm glad Tempest is dead, but Fick, this is exhausting.
Yeah.
3 second level spell slots.
And twin casting.
I
Yeah.
think you can get away without twin casting this one.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying I'm glad she's dead.
You see this one fish swim by. Gives you a little pouty look.
I mean,
one
if the fish
fish in the
survived this
whole
long,
lake.
it can survive a little longer without invisibility. I've got a new standard to set.
All right.
So, stealth?
Unless you're just gonna barrel through.
I'm half tempted to.
Please don't.
It's like, man, that actually went way too well. This isn't right for this party. Let's fix this.
Oh my goodness. I thought it was gonna be way lower.
All right. It is, by comparison, physically effortless. This is almost the most swimming you've got to do outside of your little stint in the nightmare plane. There is a hesitated moment as you begin to make your ascent. Cries of fish out of water. Where you find yourself having to duck behind one of the pillars holding up the entrance just long enough for the red light to pass you, as the guard is still actively scanning. I will openly say they rolled 17 on the last 3 checks.
Ooh. Thank you, Richard.
And soon those of you there within the chamber spot first one little splotch, then two little splotches, and a sudden surge of water as Korg eases himself out and onto the outcropping where you all stand at the moment.
I actually really missed that.
Can anyone dry us off?
I will start the Presty.
So checking if he has Presty.
I
He
got
does.
Presty.
He'll dry himself
Oh,
off.
yeah. Okay.
Just himself.
I will do the rest of the party real quick. Except for Kotark. Because he probably likes the wetness.
I'm pretty sure it's to avoid trailing water around, but I also don't
Yeah.
want to cast anything because I want to stay invisible, please.
Well,
Oh yeah,
But I can't
he can't
even-
target you.
yeah.
I'll try to ring it out.
Kodak just starts with the dog shake. All right. Here within the temple, as previously stated, aside from the ever soft lapping of the water still settling from your own motions getting in, and the occasional wash of red light as the guards there are still very much actively scouting. Where the party has sort of tucked away, just to your left, and presumably, hopefully, leading inward, a stone gate with depictions of a gorgeous coral with vibrant colors, casts its own soft glow, sort of not strong enough to turn off the grayscale of dark vision, but enough to begin this almost visual distortion where the light and grayscale keep sort of trying to force which one's in charge. There does, at a glance, appear to be some sort of mechanism locking this gate in place as the coral twines past the slit down the middle. It is without a doubt to this ever so perceptive crew that the coral itself is very delicate.
And it's going into the keyhole?
There is no keyhole or such. It's more like there is a layer of coral over the break between the two, where the door would swing open. So you have sort of this arch, the line down the middle, and the coral twines itself across it.
Is it actual coral? Or like
I mean,
decorative?
you haven't touched it, you're not sure. It looks quite realistic.
Well, I hear no one else volunteering to touch it.
Go right ahead.
You're the water person.
Yep.
So I get first touch on coral, huh? Hmm.
Yes.
Basically.
Skelly Joe just does
Okay.
the whole, like, holds up a finger, like, I should argue that, but I don't know how at the moment. Because the GM's not Joe, and doesn't not quite know how Joe
We
would argue
don't.
that.
That would mean getting into Squirgan's head.
Don't
And
worry,
I don't think
we've seen in there.
Yeah, we don't want to go back in there.
But maybe make sure it's not trapped or alarmed in some fashion first. Just a thought from the straw man skeleton over here.
Strawman Skeleton does have a point.
You can trap coral?
You can trap doors.
Oh, yeah.
And if the coral's not natural, then it may be a device to interfere with non-locals. Or it's just a pretty screen door. I don't know. I don't speak fish. The skeleton's staring at the water genasi. Like, do you speak fish?
Fish don't speak.
Out there in the lake, we pan the camera to that one lonely fish. Like, dude, really? Pan
He
the camera
didn't
back.
say anything. He just gave me a look. Does the fire genasi want to check for traps?
I could try. Investigation to check for traps, I presume.
Correct. Keep in mind, investigation is physical. I've closed my eyes because I know I saw it start
yep.
to roll. Investigation is
I
a physical interaction.
I will do a quick look for traps without touching.
Okay, what was the die roll?
10. So that would be an 18 with perception.
Okay. So you follow through, and you can grasp that along various bits of the coral, there are what appears to be arcane runes. That seem to be powering both the illumination and potentially worse.
Okay, we got magical runes.
I don't know how to read runes, so I'll leave this one to you guys.
I will. How many runes do there seem to be?
There seems to be 2 clusters, one on each side of each door piece.
Okay. I will cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
What schools do I got?
So, almost immediately you have the School of Abjuration
Okay.
and Evocation.
So, defensive and energy based. Now, the energy could just be the one. But I'm not willing to take that chance. I do have Dispel Magic prepared, but that could not quite do what we need it to.
Our other options being
You make a good point. Anybody else have any ideas?
Not any that are good.
So are both sets like the same mix of abjuration and evocation?
yes.
Okay.
Are they in a language? Or just arcanic?
Arcane.
Looking at the runes using my knowledge of Arcana, could I figure out what they would do if activated?
You may certainly try. Alright. You are almost certain that the evocation is in fact just producing the lights. And you are likewise certain the abjuration is a rather well placed alarm spell.
I will attempt to dispel the one on the left first.
Okay. So you're targeting the coral, correct?
I am targeting the runes.
Which are on the coral.
Yes.
Okay.
Detect magic doesn't show anything like behind the coral or anything like that, does
Nope.
it? Okay.
But it will also let you know that it is effectively one contiguous spell across that entire object.
Ah, got you.
That was kind of my hand. Yeah.
So I don't have to burn 2 spell slots.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
What is the source of your dispel magic?
Here's the religion check. Son of a bitch. And that's wrong. That should be a 9.
Okay. Good to know. So you all watch as Arson raises his shield, which I believe is where your icon is, if I remember right. And uttering a quick prayer, Arson, there is a lash. It is at this moment you get tonight's second success, but now mind you, this is a success, but on a critical failure.
I will just take the failure.
Okay. As the spell utterance issues forth, it is drowned out by your own mind trying its best to problem solve. It's like, okay, gotta get through this, and you end up drowning out your own spell, and the spell is burned, unable to finish its formula.
Okay. I will take a breath. Calm myself. Second verse, same as the first.
Maybe sing it differently.
Yeah. There we go. That's better.
Okay. This time, as you calm yourself, you finish the soft chant, and the spell issues out from your holy symbol. And first, the light sort of fades, starting from the center and working its way to sort of the root system and segments of the coral, before the entirety of the coral itself just crumbles away, leaving in front of you a large stone door.
And dispel magic. I mean, not dispel, detect.
Does not see anything aside from your party's belongings.
Okay.
Minus
There
Kotark,
does not-
because Kotark's still invisible.
There do not seem to be any more magic upon the door.
While I'm not pushing, as was pointed out, I have no skin.
I can push it.
I was gonna say, strong people, this is your job now.
Come on,
Alright.
Union.
Right, I will help.
So Union is assisting Seta.
Yes.
So Seta, athletics at advantage. Beautifully done. It is heavy, and there's that expectation of the stone on stone grinding, but it is just the sheer weight that is an obstacle more than anything, as the top and bottom of the door have just the slimmest of spacing between its hold and the door itself, making for a relatively silent opening with the smoothness of force Zera and Union are able to apply. So as you step in, picking your sword back up, first one in to see a long room that reaches just to the edge of your vision, about 20 feet wide, a continuation of that cityscape mural. From here, within your immediate left and right, seems like the beginnings, the actual construction. And as you look and follow it down, it gets more and more complex before it is imperial almost in its grandeur. But most importantly, just on the far side, over what appears to be yet another stone door, there is a oddly familiar eye.
Wait, in the room or on the wall?
It's on the wall. It's made of stone, but the vision of it is like you blink, you see the eye behind your eyelids, you open, and they're like in the exact same spot.
I'm gonna wave the others in, then go investigate it.
Okay, making just a straight line towards it.
Yeah.
I need a dexterity save.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. While she's doing that, how closely are you following behind her, Union? Because she's in the room and you're pretty much right behind her as you had helped her open the door.
Yeah, Union would have stopped a few feet in. Like, if Sarah's going across the room to look at the eye, Union would not have followed.
Okay. So as the rest of the party makes it into the room, Sarah is feeding across with a fairly determined pace. Excuse me. The hiccups are like the worst time. Jesus. Trying to kill a character here, hiccups. Come on. I mean, what?
What?
Oh no.
I have till next week. You're fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let's be honest. I have to soften you up a bit. There is a feeling of your feet, the stone on which giving way, and there's that brief look away from the eye, which you feel like it's tracking you, like it is physically watching your progress through the room. As you dive into what should be a pit, but a whirlpool of water.
So Sarah is now falling into a whirlpool?
Yes, several feet away from a lot of you.
Can I attempt to jump and grab her?
You may certainly try.
Oh.
It will start with an athletics.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. We'll start with initiative to see how your reaction time is. Okay. Pick one of your non-Sarah colleagues to roll a 1d20.
I don't trust Jera.
You can't choose Joe. He's a straw man.
Okay, so my options. Congratulations, Kochak. Roll whether Sarah lives or dies.
Yay! I always wanted to.
Wow.
I think we wanted a low roll. So we
Yeah.
probably should have given it to Jared.
Thank you for the DC 19, Kotark.
Thank you, Kochak.
Okay. Now, Union,
Why
roll
did
your
I pick
athletics.
Okay, so the good. Just to see if you're wrong, you rolled a 12. Go to hell, Jera. Okay. So the good news, I have a +8 to athletics. The bad news is Union. God damn it, Union!
Yeah.
And a
Yeah,
1
that checks
13
out.
on a 12. God, why didn't I pick Jera?
You
I
should-
didn't know I wanted to
Okay.
blow.
Okay, so I'm assuming
You're welcome.
most of us seen like the original Airbender like series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone remember like was it Boomy's episode? The crazy old Earthbender guy, that like
Yeah.
the king.
Yeah.
And like if I remember right, like one of the trials was like you got these three super fucking scary bros come out and it's like you got to fight. You need to duel someone. Anyone I point at, anyone you point at, choose wisely. Boy, Union,
Yeah.
You chose Boomy Union.
you chose Boomy. So, Sarah, from your perspective, as your head whips up, because I'm assuming Union, you're not very quiet, launching across the room.
Just a shattering impact of like metal on stone.
Yeah, as your chest slams onto the in the square next, and your arm reaches, and just a slip of hands barely missing each other. Sarah, you are swallowed to the bottom of the whirlpool. I need an acrobatics check for your landing, as you are in what appears to be a solid black room with pinpoints of light.
10 points or pinpoints?
Pinpoints, like almost like distant stars, completely surrounding you.
And am I still underwater?
Nope, it was pretty much that one vacuumous moment.
Okay, well. Can I see where I came from?
As you, in all 360 degrees you look, it is almost as if you are stuck between the stars.
Oh, shoot.
As Union, you're just staring down a toilet right now.
Someone, we need to get her.
Rope.
Yeah,
Go
rope.
down, summon fish.
I'm not.
I felt
Taking
that.
a dish-
Jeez.
Okay, so we're tying the rope around Union.
I'm shoving Union into the toilet.
No, don't do that.
I rolled to throw Kartak in because swimming and fish.
I will end both of
Woo!
you. Me and Joe will go on to end this.
Okay, so I need the athletics or acrobatics from Union.
Are you kidding me? I have a +8. I have a +8. I have a +8.
You get
That's
your
what you
just
get.
deserves.
Oh my god.
Orson couldn't
This-
kill
this
Union, but
argument-
Kotark can.
This argument is going to kill all of us.
There's no
and it
argument.
angers me.
Kotark just, like, shoves Union, who's already laying on the ground, like head first by the whirlpool, like yelling, "We need to get her." Kotark just like grabs the boots and finishes shoving Union over the edge.
Why? I just scream at Kotark.
Sarah, can I get
Don't
a
say he didn't deserve
deck
that.
save?
No! We need to work together here, and this is not.
As you hear bubbly screaming from the whirlpit from Sarah.
Oh, so now I roll an 18. All right, thanks, dice.
This is Sarah's dodging you as you are falling on her head.
Oh, do I need the dex?
Oh, was it not you? Oh, so I rolled an. I
Wait.
wasted an 18 for nothing.
You inspired Sarah, who just steps to the side as you relatively gracefully, I'll give you the use of the 18, manage to land not quite hero posed, but you're now in the same void that Sarah is.
Can we see each other?
Yes.
You know, give a little wave.
Alright, so did you got the rope? Let's get out of here.
Are we underwater or are we?
There was
I will.
rope.
Yeah, because somebody pushed him in before we could tie it.
Yeah, I know.
But for the record, you are not underwater. There was a moment of travel transit where you were open air, water, open space? Question mark?
Gotcha. I do not have any rope. Kotok pushed me in.
Why'd you jump in without rope?
I didn't jump.
Oh my god.
An attempt on my life has been made.
I will pull my rope out and tie it to myself and throw the end down.
I need the strength save from you, sir. Okay. You are physically dragged towards the edge, and it is taking everything you've got to keep your heels dug in before the rope finally appears to the two heavily armored individuals.
Kotark, I will need your help to pull them out.
Hmm. I'll try and help.
I'm about to say, I swear, if
But
you
you
push his
realize
ass
my
in too.
Your athletics is probably better than mine.
No,
Oh,
it is
jeez.
not.
We're all gonna die.
Yes, it is.
The eyes just staring, like, with a confused eyebrow has appeared over it. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Your athletics is much better than mine.
Then you
Well-
suck. What the frick are you doing a strength check for?
I guess I'll start
Because-
climbing out.
Yeah, I would say,
Threw
there.
the strong guy into the water after the other strong person.
Alright, so.
I just
Sure.
see a rope, so I'll start climbing.
Is Kotark assisting? Joe, I will note, is not strong enough to assist.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm a frickin' 9 in strength, but sure.
You are stronger than most of your party, apparently.
Actually, I'm at 8 in strength.
Never mind. You are actually currently not strong enough to assist.
That's what I thought.
Joe has guidance
Oh
on you.
my god.
Thank you, Joe.
Like, he's like, you got this, buddy. It'll be fine. Just,
So athletics.
fate of the world. Yes. Just the fate of the world. Well, that was a fun campaign.
Sarah, you can get wings.
Oh yeah.
But Sarah, I also remind, aside from a dangling rope that is slowly getting more and more in, you don't see an exit.
Yes, but use the position as a rope as a.
Well, I see a rope in front of me, and I'm gonna climb the rope in front of me.
So Jared, or excuse me, Arson, there's a tug, and it doesn't go exceedingly well. As Sarah, you once again fall to the ground, and suddenly there's a lot more rope, and more rope, and more rope.
Do I have enough time to try to untie?
Roll an initiative check.
Nope.
So we'll roll a good old D2. 1 will be Sarah, 2 will be Union. Alright, Union, deck save. We're getting all your bad dice out before Blood Bowl. That's all it is. Alright, so Arson and Union make a very aggressive hug.
Oh.
Taking
Why did you come down here?
3 damage.
Because I was the one attached to the rope.
Why not tie it to the door?
Because I was angry at your partner.
You both take 3 damage.
Ow.
Meanwhile, Joe is like slowly walking around, like studying the mural, just.
Alright, I'll flap out my wings. Pick up Arson and start flying up.
You keep going up. And up. You don't recall falling this far.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
God.
There's another distinct and like sudden realization. Like as you're going up, you realize or you recall the eye was tracking you to that exact spot.
I close my eyes and look at the eye.
As you close your eyes, you do not see the eye. You see the font. And as you turn your head, kind of like that shaking motion, it doesn't seem to move.
Is it? Do you mean like I always see it like right in front of me?
No, like so, like it is stationary in a locked position. As you like look, it shifts over to your periphery. Look the other way, it shifts to the other side of your periphery. But only whilst your eyes are closed.
Okay. Does it look super far away?
You gauge at least a mile, which it definitely wasn't before.
Was it closer than that before?
It was literally right over your head when you swam into the temple.
Hmm. I'm not smart enough to figure this out, so I'll just explain it to the people with me.
So, we're fucked. That's what it is.
Meanwhile, up on the surface, the uh, slab begins to reset where the whirlpool is.
Did the slab like slide away, like stay level, or did it like fold in?
It looks illusionary.
So the illusion's
So
resetting?
yeah, so it's slowly looking to become more and more solid over time.
Hmm.
Behind you, from the way you came in, you can hear the splashing of individuals entering the outcropping. And in cold, primordial, I knew intruders.
How far is the door?
From there, 25 feet.
25? Oh, that's actually pretty fine.
Which you're talking about the door with the eye, or the door you came in from?
The way not towards the pit.
They're both.
Oh.
Neither of those was the options I gave you. Eyeball door or coral door.
Coral door.
Okay. You're
is it
actually
a
you're 40 feet from that.
40? Okay. And is it a smooth surface?
The which
The door?
the door that you opened is, I mean, it's rough hewn stone.
So it doesn't have door handles or something to that effect.
No.
Oh, okay. Um, Joseph, do you have a silence spell?
Yes, but I would tap my sources for the day.
Oh, well, how well do you think you could handle all the, um, heat we would attract from a very loud noise then?
I don't really feel temperature anymore, if that's what you're asking.
No, I'm about to make a very loud noise, and do you think it would be better to use your spell for silence or for whatever may come?
if you would enlighten me onto the plan, it does sound like we have company coming.
I obviously the two of us are not going to be strong enough to deal with that whirlpool, considering it just arson. So I was considering bringing in some help, but that help unfortunately requires a very loud horn.
Okay, if you have a plan, and he will cast using his last slot,
Sorry, Joe.
silence.
I don't even know if this thing will work if it can't actually toot.
Damn good roll. All right, as you place your lips to the horn and expel air into it in the silent tone, everything is still for a moment around you. The silent spell reaches all the way towards the door itself. From his position, if I'm remembering my range correctly, it's 20 by 20. Yeah, no, 40 by 40. So yeah. They appear one at a time. Stout, heavy-set looking dwarves, each bearing a pair of nasty-looking, hard-angled axes. They are currently staring at you, just waiting.
Okay, now to question whether I should have the silence dropped so I can give him a command or not. Can I move out of the silence bubble? I don't recall how big it. Oh, it's 20-foot radius. That's pretty thick and big.
Yeah,
It covers the whole hallway, don't it?
It's 40. It's from the whirlpool all the way to the door. Which, for the record, here's your company. They're here.
I never actually asked how wide is the hallway?
The room you're in is 20 feet wide.
Okay. I will attempt to task two of them to go towards our company. And the other five, I'm going to pull out a rope, hand it to them, and, I'll tell them they're gonna probably be heave-hoing soon. Basically, just, what do you tell people when they need to support a lot of weight with a rope? I don't...
Be ready to pull.
Something like that, yeah.
So another rope
So-
appears above. Obviously, you throw the other end into the whirlpool.
Yeah.
So another rope appears.
Do you think it's safe, or
As two
Might
of
as
the
well
dwarves will
try
charge
it.
again.
Huh?
As two of the dwarves turn and charge the approaching Sahagin.
I guess I'm the lightest.
yeah, go ahead.
I will
You
grab the
first,
rope
Arson.
and kind of do a tug of ready.
There's-
Not a hard tug.
So there's no tug back. They're just staring at the holder of the horns, waiting.
Do I see it tug on this end at all?
You're perceptive enough.
Okay, then I tell them to pull it back.
Okay. So as you begin to ascend, Arson, it is lurching ascension. And as your hands above you reach the point where the rope should go into the whirlpool, as you just recalled Sarah flying through this exact spot, you panically have to swap your hands lower and begin to get less and less rope.
So I don't go
you,
through.
you still have your wings. He is soon to run out of rope. Correct. You do not go through.
Help!
Are you right up there? Or
I'm running out of rope. And I'm
how
not.
do you?
You see him like reverse climbing as the rope is disappearing, but he is not going up.
Oh, well, hold on to it.
Can't. So it's like it's pushing me down?
So like your hand continues with the rope, but the rope in your hand vanishes. And you have to hurry up and re-grip underneath your other hand that then does the same.
Okay, I will just try to hold on to the part that I have. See if.
That's as described, as that part enters where you fell in from, it keeps going. But it's no
But I
longer
just,
in your
like-
hand. Like you can, as close as you are, you can see a physical cut in dimensions where
I will
the,
just
where
try
the
to
rope is.
reach my hand through the cut.
Dead air. No whirlpool. But your arm glows violently.
I will maybe try to channel the blue fire through the cut. What would you like for that?
As you try to focus the attachment of this curse, one, your other hand is struggling to hold on now that you're like sort of like rappelling down. You've only got a few feet left. There is the brief, almost flickering moment where, like Sarah can when she closes her eyes, you almost can see the font off in the distance.
But I can't like force the fire through the dimensional cut or whatever.
It doesn't see on your end. There is no entrance or exit there. There's no portal whatsoever there for you. Whatever you went through was a one-way door.
Okay. I will drop down. Just shake my head.
Sarah, do you catch him? The far enough drop that is,
Yeah.
It can't hurt
Yeah,
you.
I'll catch him.
Okay. The dwarves pull up the end of the rope back on the other side. They look at you confused.
I look at the rope confused.
For the record, there was tension on the rope. This poor, weird, between worlds that this poor rope has experienced. Uh, Kotark. Assuming you've stepped out of the silence.
Is there somewhere I can step out of the silence?
Yeah. The room itself is 60 feet. The silence spell is only 40. So you just step on the basically on the other side of the whirlpool.
Okay.
Joe has been working and rolling okay-ish on his checks here. I don't think this door here, pointing at the one with the eye, is the entrance.
Then it's an exit?
I don't know what it is. I'm fairly sure it's not a door. Maybe a trap?
I mean, that was a trap.
I don't think so. He points. There's a section of the mural where you can see the eye in the imagery, and what appears to be Swahagan physically diving before the eye.
Well, I'll send the rest of the dwarves who are, I guess, just sitting there to deal with it. Sahagin. I don't know
They
how
look
many
so
came.
much happier. You rolled. You got 7 total.
No, Sahagin.
Oh, there are 12, but it's a rather tight squeeze. But yeah, they are so much happier fighting instead of pulling rope. Pick their little ghostly
Am I
axes
still-
up.
Am I still invisible?
No,
Or
the
did
clarion
they-
call breaks your invisibility.
Okay. I'm sad for this, but hey, does anyone want to see some like very tragic Elkvis level animal abuse? Gonna summon forth Yuto,
Send him through the whirlpool.
and I'm gonna yeet him into the whirlpool.
Oh my god. PETA, I'm sorry, but I'm really not. So Yuto appears in front of the 3 of you. Fortunately, he can fly, and I think was given water breathing before he was shunted again.
Yeah.
I think we made sure any familiars can, except for Duncan.
Poor Duncan.
Hey, Yuto. We're kind of stuck in here.
I'm going to assume that because it's interdimensional, I cannot use the familiar senses.
Correct.
Hmm. Thinking about it, I probably should have wrote a note before I sent him in.
Yuto just curls up on Sarah's head.
So you have anything from up there to tell us?
Little snake wiggle.
Yeah, that checks out.
Insert cuteness here.
I pet the Yuto.
Can I pull him back?
By snapping him to his shunt and then pulling him back out. Sure.
Is he able to convey what he saw?
An adorable, I think, was it low intelligence?
2 intelligence.
Yeah, I was like, I know it was like 2 or 3. You get like vague, sort of crayon drawing pictures as far as level of detail. But all 3 of your comrades are fine. They're together, kind of just twirling the thumbs. And in the picture is him curled up on Sarah's head.
Oh, he's getting so much better at them. Okay, so they're not dead on the other side.
Oh, and I will note there is what looks to be a massive snake because of the rope.
Massive snake on the rope.
On the cartoon, the little crayon drawing, there's a big old snake on sitting on the floor, but it's the rope pile. You look over your shoulder. There's just a silent film battle going on.
Who's winning?
The dwarves.
Good! So I assume these are like basic Sahagin?
These were the elite guards you swam under.
Oh. But the dwarves are just angry dwarves.
I don't know about angry. As far as Kodark is concerned, those dwarves are having the time of their life. Fun life. Afterlife?
Yes. But dwarf barbarians are their happiest and having the most fun when they're angry.
But, what now, Kodark? We going in? Or am I sending Duncan in? I can do that.
Can you send him in with paper? Something to write on?
Mind you, Duncan doesn't have water breathing. And you are
Just
aware
those.
Duncan does not have water breathing.
Am I aware that down there needs water breathing?
The whirlpool.
You know that the whirlpool needed it. But I have paper. There's more coming, by the way. Just as at the door. Quite the cluster.
Okay, I guess... I'm not as good writing in common. Quickly ask if they were unable to return with the rope, or they chose not to.
Alright, Yuto appears with a cute little letter. Before a few minutes goes by. I'm assuming someone has a writing implement down there?
Yes, the wizard has a writing implement.
How would you like to respond on this one little sliver of paper?
Could not.
Does Joe actually poke the door, or is he just convinced that the door is a trap?
He is very convinced with his rolls that that door is a trap. And it looks like he's like limbering up to jump into the whirlpool.
That's what I write.
Okay. That is the note that Yuto returns with. Followed by more adorable crayon pictures.
Sounds like if we go in there, Joe, we're not coming back.
This whole mission, we had a chance to not come back.
But if this isn't the right way forward...
Insert skilly strawman shrug because the GM's trying not to give away information.
So there's just 2 doors in the room, and one is believed to be a trap, and the other has a Sahagin running.
2 doors that you are aware of. The one below the eye, Joe is convinced has some kind of trap on it. The other is full of just silent comedy battle. Fish parts everywhere. You're pretty sure one of them, it does, instead of like having 2 axes, one of them has a mug.
Is that the ancestor to freaking... No, it's not Blackwall. What's the dwarf at the guild?
Oh, fuck. I don't have that note in front of me.
Oh.
You know who you're talking about? Don't remember his name.
The one who's just let me finish my fucking lunch. just once. Just once. Either way, time is against us, Kotark. What are we gonna do? You can sit here with your dwarves. By the way, he has not gotten word of what your letter says. Only you have.
I I told him that it sounds like a one-way.
Ah, okay. He'll hop in.
Surrounded by the insane.
Clinically.
Because that makes it better.
You're the one who pushed in.
Yeah.
Okay, I must say, so as Joe arrives into the void, all of this setup came down to Kodark being annoyed because Union said, "Quick, Kodark, cast summon fish."
And I should have said, Kotark, summon dwarves.
Oh my thing. Is this what you expected out of this horn? Is this what you expected?
I mean, they're fighting their ass off right now.
I mean, I really want to give a respectful search of the room first. Check if there's some other door. Probably find some other trap.
Okay. Give me an investigation.
Why'd the wizard have to freaking
All right. As you are quickly scouting the perimeter of the room, sort of following the same relative path Joe did, as he didn't fall into any traps that you noticed, the battle is starting to turn against your dwarves. Just sheer numbers are against them. But it is confirmed for you that aside from those two entryways and the whirlpool, there does not appear to be any other in or out within the room. With a 15, you will catch what Sarah naturally caught. That walking towards where the whirlpool is, the eye slowly focuses on that point.
So are you trying to say that Sarah accidentally found the right way?
You can use that information as you so desire. By all appearances, that looks like a trap. Call that falling upwards.
Is the eye door covered with anything, or just a matter of like push it open?
It appears to be a pushed open door.
Well, I'll give you congrats. This is the most spells I've cast in one session.
Okay.
Probably ever. Gonna try to open the door.
Okay, so you walk your way back to the door that the wizard, I will note, was rolling and told you, I am confident this is a trap. And you place your hand upon it. I need a constitution saving throw as you trigger the trap.
I've had people be confident with ones.
Eh. It's a surreal feeling for an underwater creature such as yourself, but you get the brief and strangest sensation of what you were fairly sure drowning is supposed to feel like. Before you are able to purge that thought from your mind. Also, about that time, the silent spell is gone because he's in another dimension. And failed his save from the fall damage.
Oh. That's why you don't swan dive into interdimensional portals.
He did one of
Oh,
those
like that's-
like the little laying pose where he had his like hand like elbow pointed out and all that. Just for any artists out there that want to draw Skeleton Joe diving into the pool.
Does the door open?
No, but you are fairly
Yeah.
sure that there is a deathly spell upon that door. One that may be possible to dispel.
Stupid wizard cleric.
Stupid warlock.
What was I gonna
sorcerer.
say? Like,
You're the one who started this.
oh,
To be fair, Sarah did.
how?
And then Union did. And then you did.
I just walked into the
You
room.
pushed Union in.
I'm not
I
gonna
told you I
lie.
was going to, and you kept saying, yeah, just insults and stuff. It's like,
I'm not
And
gonna-
then you didn't stop Arson from tying himself off of the rope.
when he did that, it's like, yep, this is only
Because
going to
I-
go well.
What do you do, Kodor?
What?
I officially flipped my my 1 minute hourglass.
I have no means to dispel that, and as far as I can tell, the door may not even be a door. This is a strange sense of deja vu. I really feel like I've been here before. Something about Joe going into a place of no return. I guess I will command whatever dwarves remain to retreat into the whirlpool.
Oh God!
Please tell me you are going to come first.
All right.
I want a cushy landing, please.
Roll a d7 for me, Union.
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 I win.
Mugbro dives in.
Yes.
The rest are tied up in the fight. So for the record, no Kotark coming in first. Just a ethereal dwarf with a dwarven battle axe in one hand and a big ass dwarven drinking mug in the other. Lands and clearly is looking around ready for a fight.
Who the hell are you?
Look around to see. No.
None of us
He
speak
speaks in
Dwarvish.
dwarvish!
Why are there dwarves coming from the sky?
But he keeps looking around like, fight? That's the only word in common, like, kill? Fight?
No.
Friend.
Slowly just lowers, takes a sip of his ethereal mug, does a little, like, it's empty tip over. Are you jumping in, Kodark?
Yeah.
Then Kodark falls on his head.
Oh,
Dwarf
rest in
said it.
peace.
Dwarf is out of drink and just had a Genasi fall on him.
I take several steps away from the dwarf.
What the hell's going on up there? It's just everyone kept falling in one at a time.
Well, apparently you
Did
guys...
Union? How did Union fall down here, Kotark?
of his own hubris.
That makes sense. That's pretty accurate normally. So I see the fawns in this direction.
Union, when you raise your voice towards Kotark, the dwarf raises its axe.
Union says very clearly in Infernal,
These are some ugly looking fish.
I'm sure I can recognize the tone.
Oh, that was a bad time to take a drink. Oh,
But the drink was empty.
yeah. Nah, if my drink's empty, we're all
Not
fucked. For the record, I did empty my drink when I did that. You're like, oh, wait, I got another one right here.
So, since the gang's all here again, yeah, like I said, when I close my eyes, I can see the font this way.
Is that kind of the same way I saw it when I?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Is there a ground in here?
Where you walk
Or-
feels solid. As you remember, you had a physical impact when you landed.
Yeah.
Until about 60 feet out, which mentally lines up roughly where you think that door should be. The one with the eyeball?
I reach out for where the door should be.
There's open air, but when you go, like, tap forward with your foot, you're really happy that you still got a brief moment of your wings to flap you back as they fade.
Huh.
More instinctual flapping back than anything.
Yeah. I don't know. This is weird dimensional magic. This is outside of my. I fight things, guys. I don't
I
do
am-
weird dimension magic.
Does it look like the dreams we had?
This immediate locale, almost. This strange expanse with far distant stars blinking in and out of existence.
I'm going to close my eyes and like focus on the font. See like if I see anything in that, like right beyond the door type
Give
deal.
me a wisdom saving throw.
See, that's why I didn't say I'm good at that before I clicked the button. And if Union's aura applied, I wasn't.
So
I didn't have that on.
while your eyes are closed, there's no immediate change. But as Sarah finishes her little statement, your eyes slowly open, and you can see the almost whisper thin energy that forms the room that you are all standing in. There does not appear to be a similar structure beyond, but you, off in the distance, can see a far more ornate representation, excuse me, of the temple where the font is pouring into. And it seems so close and yet so distant. More importantly, coming towards it from behind, a massive maw slowly encroaching.
Like from behind the font.
Correct. Which prospectively looks like it's almost a mile away. This maw is swallowing Stars whole.
Can everyone see them all?
At the moment, you guys just see the twinkling of stars. When's the last time you blinked, Sarah?
I don't know. A second ago?
You would see the maw as opposed to the eye. There's that moment where you're pretty much, it's this connection between your consciousness and your subconscious awareness. With your special golden eyes.
They are pretty special. I'm sorry, where do I see them all?
Similar in description to how Arson sees it. When you close your eyes, you can see how the font is focusing down on a rather ornate temple. As you focus further, holding your eyes closed longer than a blink, a large shape seems to wrap around the expanse of the void well off in the distance, but very visibly, but slowly approaching from the opposite side towards the font.
So we should probably try and get to the font first.
Yeah. I've had an idea how to get there.
I am open to any ideas. I don't have wings anymore.
Just try to use our sheer force of will to push us there. Because who knows what's what in this weird dimension.
That sounds exhausting.
It really does.
But we don't really have a choice, now do we? It's either that or stay here and die.
That's extreme.
Well, we would run out of food eventually. And there's no way out, as far as we can tell.
This is a good pep talk.
We
Alright,
must
then
I am being realistic.
I will focus on me going to the place.
Okay. Eyes open or closed, Sarah?
Probably closed.
You take that first step, and while there does not feel a physicality under your foot, there's a weightlessness that carries you. And similar to soaring through the air, you can feel your ability to propel in various directions. Hard and difficult without focus. I need a wisdom check. Alright, we will return to that momentarily once the rest of the party decides what they're doing.
I will do the same as Sarah.
as will Union.
Wisdom checks all around.
Oh, just taking a leap of faith, huh?
Did you really?
The cleric.
The cleric and the paladin and the holy warlock look at you like, yeah, kinda. This,
And the holy fighter.
yeah.
I'll wholly stay over here.
Joe's gonna try and push
Maybe.
you.
What?
Joe is gonna try and push you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now you don't like being pushed, Kotark.
I never said I did.
Say, was there a private conversation between the two of you that we didn't see? Alright. Now, mind you, it's gonna cast guidance on him first. And then roll a 1.
I would say he still gets close.
So, he stumbles past you and just starts floating away, like, eh! That was way closer than I had any right to be.
The Noodle Arms have a fist battle real quick.
Ah, the Awesomos of the world. So, you are intent on staying, Kotar?
I'm going to look through my equipment and spells and see if I've got anything.
The dwarf, for the record, charges at Joe because he did try to attack you.
Uh.
The dwarf is now confused because he's floating through space.
This dwarf is going on a freaking afterlife trip.
Following Sarah's example, Arson and Union arrive shortly after the scene that plays out. Sarah, you will yourself, with your eyes closed, that first step and this lifted weight. You'll have to remind the DM because his notes are scattered. Arson still has, air quote, your holy symbol, correct? He never gave it back to you?
I don't think so.
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me check.
She got it back when he got possessed.
Right. I gave it back to her after she did the whole blinded me for a bit.
It is in my inventory.
Okay.
And it is not in mine.
It is a brilliant light, akin to the same golden hue issuing forth from your eyes. Union, at the time of her holy symbol coming alight, yours does as well. The marking of the Thandar, including the little heart. It's canon, by the way. The little heart's right there.
Oh,
He hasn't argued it yet, and I've said it like 3 times.
it's adorable.
Thank you.
So far as you're concerned, your shoulder just caught on fire, like holy fire. But your actual holy symbol alights a brief moment behind. You watch as Sarah, your wings issue forth once more.
Oh,
In a way they've not in your mortal life, but in the life of your ancestors. You are propelled with a purpose. You are currently guided with the blessing of Lathandar, as is the fortunately nearby paladin of said deity.
yeah, but does he have wings?
His ancestors have wings of a different kind.
Yeah, but they're not as cool as mine.
And I don't think Lathandar's going to give him hell wings in this, like, super holy moment. His other patron, on the other hand, deals can be made. We could talk. But those of you with your eyes open see Sarah step out, and it's just normal Sarah before she is wreathed in the full embrace of the gold, and like a shooting star, launches across the distance to the temple. When you land, Sarah, Union and Arson, you've just launched yourselves behind her. It's a little slower going. There's your streaks of blue as opposed to gold. And you arrive to see Sarah in her full regalia, and the wings are now of not of flame, but true wings. That of seraphim. Union and Sarah, you can hear in Lathandar's holy voice that my throat's not ready to do at the moment.
Thank you for answering my question right when you started.
I just got that connection.
I think all of us did.
I give this unto you, my chosen, what blessings I can, so far away from my realm. Finish this. In the empty scabbard where you've kept your brother's sword, Union, a hilt appears. Bears little to no weight. Is Union asleep or muted?
No, I'm here. Sorry, what?
What'd you miss? You don't know what you missed.
Sarah. No, I'm back.
Okay.
Sarah got her wings. And
Yes, but
Arson and I are blue.
okay. So you missed quite a bit.
No, I just got back. No,
Um,
I mean, as in I was back for a while.
So, what happened to your scabbard? The one that you kept your brother's sword in.
We've had debating canonical versions of it. In some timelines, Orson stole it.
The scabbard you have.
Okay, that answers the question. Then I have it.
It's been. That's what I was like. I'm trying to figure out like how far back I need to re-describe. So, in your brother's scabbard,
Yes.
a hilt appears, made of the same glowing flames that had wreathed Sarah. And you heard Lathander reach out to the two of you that this is the final blessing he can give from so far away. And that he asks you to finish this.
Okay. Union will reach down, wrap his hand around the hilt of the sword, and draw it from the scabbard.
For the duration of its lifespan, it is effectively a +1 packed blade. So +1 on top of it. I don't think you have improved packed blade off head top.
Nothing so.
Arson and Joe, upon their arrival, your respective saloon markings are aglow. Doesn't say much to you. The moon's been fickle like that.
Yeah.
And there is no sign of neither dwarf nor Kotark. The dwarf rolled a 2 on his wisdom.
Oh,
Well, a 2
So that
on
drink.
on the die.
oh.
I'm not gonna judge, but I'm gonna guess negative.
He's an ancestor, sir? He's got at least
Yes,
a plus
but he-
1.
Oh,
He
so
has
great.
been drinking.
Yeah.
Had been drinking.
Drinking and angry dwarf pulled from a
No,
rage.
I want to point out, no one said anything about them being enraged but you. I have explicitly said they were having fun.
Dwarven barbarians, when they rage, have fun.
Who said anything about barbarian?
Fair.
They're troll
It's Troll
slayers?
Slayer ancestors. That doesn't immediately say barbarian class, sir. Thank you very much.
Fair.
Over here with the stereotypes. Jeez.
Yep.
Jeez.
I need to confirm, Kotark. Are you staying?
I mean, I just watched some shooting stars take off.
Your whole crew just went pretty much Super Saiyan and launched themselves across the galaxy.
Just Krillin over here, like, huh? Okay.
I was like, Krillin can do that, the little glowy thing, but just something that he was saying.
Really, we only have one Super Saiyan. The rest of us just had the blue aura.
Ah, damn it! This is my chance to make her aura purple. Sorry, Leah, I fucked up.
Oh,
Rip.
it's alright.
I can't imagine Lathander's holy aura would be purple, though.
Purple would be cool for Leah, but
Yeah.
it's really fitting for Sarah.
Yeah. Could have been green too. She had like green eyes.
True.
I only imagine something faith-based going so well.
The
But I'm
action is
gonna
not
do-
faith based. It's willpower based.
Everyone's like, do it on faith, and they all just zoom off. It's like, well,
He said willpower,
Willpower. It was Joe who said faith.
and then try to push you.
Yeah.
I guess I'll drift amongst the stars with the dwarf. Check.
That is a wisdom check. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. The dwarf just waves. And as you drift into the void, is where we fade to black. With but the subtle, sweet whisper that you haven't heard since your very first blessing. Why do you delay? In super deep abyssal.
Oh, I'm in trouble.